Hi everyone and happy Monday. We have another planner page to do. Now this page is from Enchanted Forest and I have never ever worked out how it should be coloured. I always find it daunting and scary and have no clue what to do with it. I mentioned this to my husband and he set me a challenge, so we're going to do his way of colouring it today, which is rather fun. He said to use these pencils. These are the 50 Brutfuner Metallic coloured pencils that he bought me for my birthday, and so he wanted me to use those. And he said use them for the large areas, and then for the little bits use a metallic or a glitter pen. So I'm going to have a go at that. I'm not sure how we're going to approach the centre bit, but we're going to have a go and just see how we get on. There we go. I think I'll tuck the book under actually. Now I'm just looking to see whether it is symmetrical. It is symmetrical this way, but not this way. Not even through there. So that's okay. So we'll sort of match it up each way. Now I've got my Brutfuner pencils. If you have your castles, if you've got castle metallic, I do have a comparison chart on my Ko-fi shop, so you can excuse me, you can use your castles instead and match similar colours if you want to do that. I am thinking, where am I going to start? I'm wondering whether to go gold, orange, red, pink, purple, sort of like almost like a rainbow. I'm going to try it. Which colour should we start with? I don't have my swatch chart with me, so I've just got to guess. I'm going to start with this sort of gold colour. It's called maize. I don't know whether to zoom in or not. I won't for a bit, I think, or else I'll just forget to zoom out again. And I think I'll do this bit here, here and here with this one. So my husband's plan was to do the main part in the pencil, so that's what I'm going to do. Needs sharpening this really, but never mind. I think I will just sharpen it. I am going to come in closer, and I've decided that I'll only do this side of the page because otherwise it's going to be a very long video. So I'm just block colouring. I'm not shading. That was his plan. Just put some colour down. So this is, as I say, the maize. You could use any gold pencil or even a yellow if you don't have metallics. Use a yellow. Why not? It's quite a sort of pale colour. If this was a yellow, it wouldn't really show up very well. But anyway, it's just interesting to see how these are going down as well. Ugh, I've got the horrible ring. I've got to put my hand on it. Ouchie, ouch. Now, here we've got an outline with this. I'd rather do the pen in the outline. So I'm actually going to go over the line here and colour this central part in the big block. So the block of colour is always going to be the pencil. And it might look a bit odd, you might disagree and not want to do it like that. That's, you know, you might think you would prefer to do sort of follow the way Johanna's drawn it. I think I'll just fill that in there. I'll decide whether I think I'll start the pen there. I think what I need to be doing actually is taking notice of what colour pens I have and using those. And I'm thinking I'll probably use my glitter pens rather than my metallic pens. I've got Sakura pens, the metallic shiny and the Stardust glitter. And in the metallic, the first 3 or 4 pens are I think are all sorts of shades of goldy bronze, whereas the glitter pens start with yellow and then go to orange, red, pink. So I think they'll be much better because I'll just follow those colours. So this is like the yellow. We're nearly done with this bit. You see how I fiddled this one as well and went over the line so that the outline is in glitter, which is what I wanted to do. Okay, so there's that one. I'm not going to put the glitter pen on now or else it's going to get very messy. But I'll show you my glitter pens. So you can see the colours along here. So I'm going to follow these colours. I may not use all of them because it depends how many sections there are, how it sort of works out. But our next one, look, is orange. So I'm going to grab this orange. This is the sun orange. Again, I need to sharpen it. Let's bring that into shot. I think I'm going to do this bit here. Yeah, again, it's going to be a little bit awkward with regards to how it's drawn, but that's fine. It's very exciting. I was going to go out and not record this quite yet, but I had a message saying Amazon are going to deliver my son's parcel. Now, no neighbours are in apart from one who is moving in, so I can't expect him to take my parcel. So, I mean, I could go in and ask him if he'd take it in, but it seems a bit... I haven't even introduced myself yet. So I thought I would stay in for the parcel, make this video, and I'll pop out this evening. Once the children are home, we'll have tea, and then I'll pop out then. Because I was going to go and buy some magnifying glasses in town, if they still sell them. I'm not entirely sure if they do. But that can wait. I need some groceries, but I don't need them for today, so I can grab them tonight. So that'll be all good. So I've got a new plan. I find it, sometimes I hate my plans changing, but usually I'm quite flexible. When it comes to something like that, it's fine. It's when it changes for a bad reason, you know, this is fine. My son's bag's arriving. It's really important because he broke his bag. Well, the zips broke, so once the zips are gone, that's that. And the bag he's using isn't waterproof, so he needs a new one. And we're very fortunate that there's enough money in the savings, and from my husband's earnings I can just order one without a thought, which is great. So I'm just colouring away. So this is not exactly a tutorial really. I think it's more of a colour and chat because it's not much for me to tell you. But you can see how the Brutfuners go down. I personally am finding them a little better than the castles. I sometimes find when I'm colouring with the castles, they change colour a bit. These have done it slightly, but not so much, in that you get a sort of grey bit in with the colour, which is almost like the metallic bit. And I haven't noticed that so much with these, which is an interesting observation. I'm trying to work out what's going on. I think we need this bit to be orange. So that, yeah, as I say, that's quite an interesting observation of these pencils, which is good. They're harder to find because Castle's pencils, you just go to Castle's website or Amazon and they're there. The Brutfuners aren't on UK Amazon, or they haven't been on UK Amazon. They're on US Amazon. They'll be all the oh, I think that would be a bit of glitter pen. Oh well, that's okay. There'll be all the links in the description for you anyway, so I'll check where I can find them and put some links in. So there is that one. That's our orange. You know that with the metallics you don't get such a vibrant colour. I'm just thinking this piece coming up here I think I'll do in the red. Red is our next colour. What do we have? We have baked apple. What's that colour? Rose brown. No, I think we'll do baked apple. We could do the ketchup, I think. This one called ketchup, but I think we'll do baked apple. So I'm just making sure I'm in shot. So I think it's this first piece here coming from our owl, and then around here. Yeah, it's my last day at home for a bit because my son has got his last exam today for the week. It's Tuesday when I'm recording this, by the way, not Monday, but even so that's a lot of days off. But once he's back, next week, and the week after he's like got loads of exams, like virtually every day. I think maybe one day off a week, not much, really intensive, often 2 exams a day, and then it'll just all be over for them. I just so looking forward to it being over. I'm sure they're looking forward to it more than me, but yeah, poor lads. They've been working really hard, and I have a feeling they're not going to get the highest marks, which is what they really want, because it's just so hard, you know. I mean, when they did their GCSEs, they both got all A's bar 1, and that was really, really good. But A-levels is a whole different kettle of fish, and they've picked hard subjects. Well, mainly they picked some easy and some hard, but you see. So my one son's picked geology, which is such a doddle, he says. I don't know if I would agree. He finds it really easy, really fun. He can remember it all really well, and he's expecting to do extremely well. He does physics, which is a harder subject, but he still thinks he'll do quite well at that one. Maths, not quite so well. And then further maths, even less well. So yeah, and my other son is doing maths and further maths too. He'd considered dropping further maths because he thought he wouldn't do very well, but I think he'll be glad that he didn't drop it, because it's just an extra little qualification. You know, he'd done nearly the whole course, and I think just finish it and get the mark, you know. Okay, that's our red. Now we need a sort of lightish pink. I don't really have that. I'm thinking this colour maybe. Oh, the Andorra. That's what I'm going to use. And I'm trying to think which bit to do. I think this little bit here. So we've also got that bit and that bit. We'll start with this bit. Sorry, try not to put my arm in the way, and then see where it leads us. Sorry, my arm will be shadowing it a little bit now. It's such a dull day. I thought the sun was going to come out. I'm quite pleased it hasn't, because I'm enjoying not being boiling hot. I've actually put a hoodie on and it's June, but it's nice to be cool. My feet are like little ice blocks, but there's no surprise there. They were like that all night last night. I actually struggled to sleep because my feet were so cold. This actually looks a bit darker than the red, but I think it'll be fine. It'll all work out. I'm just trying to work out what to do with that. So I hope, can't speak. I hope everyone's doing well, enjoying their summer. Most of you are in summer, although I'm very jealous of you in Australia and that side of the world, all snuggling up in cosy jumpers. Oh, I love autumn. I love the fact that jumper weather is coming, and we can wrap up in warm coats and blankets and just snuggle and cozy and light the fire and enjoy delicious stews and just amazing weather. I love it. And also my favourite programme comes on in the autumn/winter, so that always helps too. Right, there's that one. This bit. Yeah, I think that's going to be this colour too. I think that's sort of continuing from here. I'm just hoping I'm not going to run out of colours, but I haven't sort of worked it through and counted it. I'm sure I can work it out, make it work. Now of course this has to be done on the other side as well, but it's exactly the same. My son actually suggested to me that I make a time-lapse video of me colouring fast the bits that I do off camera, but I did say to him I tried it and people didn't really like it. Okay, so we're back up to this bit now, and this bit is a very purple, the sort of pinky purple. So I'm going to go for this one. It doesn't want to come out of the tray. Ugh. Come on, pencil. Oof, there we go. It's called Wild Aster. Okay, and now again we've got outline, which I'm going to start this colour and then take it right through there into there. This is definitely a pinky purple, no doubt about it. Now I'm hoping that this might be my favourite version of this page, because I've always hated my version of it when it's done. I've seen some good ones, but I haven't seen many. Not that I've seen lots of bad ones. I mean, I haven't seen many completed versions of it at all. So it'd actually be really interesting having a look on Instagram to see what you've done. The problem is with Instagram is it's playing up for me. I don't know if it is for you. I think I used to put hashtag Johanna Basford, sort by most recent, and I could find everyone's pictures. Now it doesn't allow me to sort by most recent anymore, only the top ones, and I've seen all the top ones, and though it's lovely seeing all the most popular pictures, I don't just want to see those, because my idea of a really good picture might not be the same as everybody else's, so I want to see something, I want to make up my own mind. Okay, I'm going for the purple violet-y type colour. This one's called Grape Kiss, and I'm doing this one here. So yes, it makes me a little bit cross that they've changed it. It's not the first time they've changed it. And I don't know if it's a software error, because last time it changed back within a week. So me saying this, it might have already changed back. I really hope so, but I don't know. But it means I can't keep up with everyone's pictures very well. Even my own hashtag for the 2023 Johanna Basford Weekly Planner hashtag, I think that's what it is. I can't even see all the ones from that. So it's, yeah. I'm going to check and see if it's the same on my PC. Actually, I did, and it is the same. And now we've got a piece coming through from the outside there. I mustn't forget that one, but we need to do that bit too. So yes, that's a bit irritating. So I'm having a grumble. Naughty Instagram. Instagram makes me grumble a lot. I do swear a lot when I'm using Instagram. It's not the easiest of platforms to use, but I do like looking at all the pretty pictures on there. But as I say, it's being a bit irritating. Okay, so there's our sort of violet-y purple colour, I would say, and we are moving to a dark blue. Probably this one is the darkest blue, if I can get it out. It's called Regatta. I'm just going to scribble it and make sure it's not... Oh yeah, it's fine. I wanted to make sure it wasn't greeny blue. Being called Regatta, it sounds like it might be. So we're going to do this. It's quite a big expanse of leaf work, or whatever it is. I'm assuming they're leaves. I really don't know. So what else is there to talk about? What's been going on? Life has been very boring, full of revision and exams, and not much else really, sadly. But once they're over, there's lots to do. I actually looked at the term dates for the university, and they will start on the 18th of September and have an induction week. And then they'll start their classes the following week. They have 3 weeks off at Christmas, 3 weeks off at Easter, and then they finish on the 31st of May. And that's their whole academic year done. They have a huge summer holiday, even bigger than the one they're going to have this year, which is pretty cool. But it means that there's time for them to do things. This summer my one son says he wants to take some driving lessons, so but I've said they need to sort out their provisional licenses, think about their theory tests. So I've just got to wipe my nose and things like that first, and then decide who they want to learn with. I've got to make a firm decision on whether we're going to get them insured onto our car, which is going to cost us about £300 a month extra in insurance if we do, so they'll have to make sure they use it a lot. So I don't know if they will. Maybe have a few lessons first and then decide. I know I don't think we want them driving our car until they've had some professional lessons. So that's got to be organised. And my son's also said he's going to stream 4 times a week, once on a Saturday evening, and the rest of the time I think mornings or afternoons. I can't remember what he normally does afternoons, I think, because his followers are in Indonesia, so he has to wait for them to be up, I think. Or would they be going to bed? Oh, I can't do the... Oh, they're ahead, aren't they? That way around the world. So yes, he has to do it so that they're not in bed. So the mornings might be better. But anyway, he's going to start doing some streaming. My other son's going to write a Minecraft mod, he said, which is rather good. I can't remember what it's for. He said there's something he really wants to be able to do. And so he wants to write the mod so that he can use it, and then he will make it available for others to use. And it will be a nice piece of programming for his portfolio, because he's going to be doing computer science. Now, our next one, now I've got to decide, is that part of that? Yes. This one, I'm going to go over the line there and colour that bit. And then our next one, we've got a really teeny one here, which I am going to do teeny because we've got a slightly lighter blue. I think I use this one, which is the fjord blue. And we'll go here. Hopefully you can see that it's a little bit lighter. We need to colour in there and there. And then we have another blue as well, which is our next section, which is a really bright blue, which I can't get out of the, there we go. I'm just going to scribble with it to see if it's significantly different. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, this is the harbour blue, okay, and we are going to go here. It's not as bright as I'd hope, but it is a different shade of blue, which is what's important. Now you don't have to worry too much about going over the lines onto the bits you're going to put the glitter pen on, but you don't really want to go over the edge, but yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world if you do. I was quite impressed by my neighbour when I just saw him. I was just looking out to see what the van was, if it was my delivery, and then realised it was my neighbour moving in. And he had a dog with him, and he'd put the dog on the lead just to cross it from the car to the house. The car was parked in the lay-by because the removal van was on the drive. And I was just like, that really impressed me, because it might be that the dog's badly behaved, but the fact that he's taken responsibility as potentially the owner, I don't know if it's his dog or his parents' dog, and I assume it's his parents he's got with him, but to just be aware and you know, keeping keeping basically the dog safe from the road, really. It was very sensible, I thought, because not everybody is a considerate dog owner. Most people are, but the ones that aren't sort of spoil it for everybody else, really, don't they? And as someone who's frightened of dogs, I do really appreciate it when either a person keeps their dog on the lead and close to them, or their dog just completely ignores me. I'm quite happy with the dog that ignores me. Even a friendly dog that comes up to me frightens me, and even if the owner says, oh, they're really friendly, it doesn't make me feel any better. Now, this bit I think needs to be this colour as well. It's really quite similar to that colour, isn't it? But I don't think it matters that much. But yeah, so I was impressed by that. He's quite a youngish bloke, apparently, in his 30s. He certainly looked youngish. But that's all I know. I will find out more, I'm sure. Right, we are on to, we have this bit, and I'm not sure whether it's joined with this bit, whether we've just got this whole bit. I think we might be, so we might just be on to our last bit of green. No, it's it's a sort of bluey green. I'm thinking maybe the deep teal might be the one to go for. Oops. It doesn't want to come out of the tray. Sorry for the unpleasant noise, but there's our deep teal. So yes, you couldn't see what I was pointing at when I was showing you what was left, which was not the most useful. I'm sorry. Just finish this bit, and then we've got the owl to do. Now I'm thinking maybe we'll do the owl in metallics as well, but using the shield and the flags and all that, but using ones we haven't used. I think that would be a good idea. And possibly completely different, so maybe only sort of, well, I was thinking we could just use silvers and then silver and black, and then it wouldn't be any of the colours we've used already in browns, but that might be a bit boring. But we'll see how it goes, because the owl might need to be just silver anyway. The flagpoles would be silver. The this is quite bluish, this green, isn't it? Never mind. So we could use some greens on our shield and stuff, because we haven't used many. Maybe that'll work, actually. Where do we go? We go here and we come out here. We go, oops, over the lines by mistake. You see what I'm doing? Hopefully you can. I had thought that this might take 2 videos, but I think I'm just going to do it in the one, because I'm nearly done with this bit now. So now in here, what I'm actually going to do is do the owl now. Then I'm going to go away and finish the pencil leaves on this side, and then I'm going to come back and show you the pen right at the end, I think. Because I don't really want to do the leaves while I've got bits of glitter already on the page, because I'll smudge it all over the place. I think I'm just going to do that line like that. I'm not convinced there's a leaf behind there. I think it's just a vine. I might be being lazy. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with this central part. So I'm keeping those pencils slightly separate to the rest so that I am... hang on. Let's just rearrange my desk. I need to note down which pencils I'm using, but I want to make sure those ones I remember what colours I used for when I do the other half. Okay, I'm going to start with a silver. We have a We have the Belgian block, which is our silver. Gosh, I doubt you can read that. And I'm going to start with the flagpoles and things and just get going from there. So I think this whole bit needs doing with this colour. Now that bit's flag, that bit's pole, I think. Yeah, that's it. And it continues all the way around here. That's it. And then here, sorry, I was concentrating. Sometimes I just forget to talk. I forget you're there. Can't see you. You're very quiet. Maybe you're not. Maybe I'm just deaf. There we go. And this side. Okay, so there's the sort of flagpole, so we've got started. Now, we have some leaves on our flags. I'm going to do those in one of the more sort of olive greens. It's called bud green, this one. I think it's a rather nice colour. I know again this is partly symmetrical, but I'll do both sides because it isn't all symmetrical, only the flags, not the shield. The book's moving all over the place. Let's try and hold it still, shall we? Sorry, I just wanted to check we were all in shot then. Suddenly get a feeling that you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to do the frame in this colour too. I'm not going to do loads of different colours. I want to keep it fairly limited, and I think it will work anyway. One thing that's crossing my mind is, shall I do the background in black pen? You know, should I do a black background? Will the metallic pens show up very well with a black background? Because they're not that vibrant, or they get lost. This is my thoughts that are going on in my head. It might be interesting to see how they work with a black background, mightn't it? Right, I'm going to do the leaves on the ribbon in this and these leaves as well. I want to just really, as I say, a limited colour palette. Like that, and then all of these as well. Now there's a line going down the middle of the ribbon, which I'm also going to colour in green, because I feel like the leaves are sort of attached to it as if it's a vine. You may prefer to do a different colour, but that's how it comes across to me anyway. Like it's a sort of piece of vine. Now I don't think I'm going to do any glitter pen on this bit, but I may completely change my mind. I might in fact think that putting a bit around the edge of the shield might help it to stand out. But I'll make that decision when I'm applying the pen later. And I'll do the pen with you, so I won't have to explain it to you later. We can just do it together. Okay, there's all the green, I think. Yeah. Right, now where are we? Our owl colour. This colour I'm wondering about whether it'll work. I'm just gonna, there's a sort of blue-grey colour called Mourning Dove. I don't think it's quite right for the owl. I'm wondering if the sycamore's better. Yeah, it's sort of browny grey. We'll use this sycamore for our owl. I'm going to use the same colour for the whole of him, apart from his eyes. We'll do actually his eyes, his beak and his claws in a different colour. find this such an interesting that his wing just sort of expands into the leaves. It's really imaginative. It's very different to a lot of Johanna's other pictures. For her to sort of go sort of so way out with an idea, and I find it interesting. As I said, I find it a hard one to colour. I'm just going that one a bit darker in there and here. I just want it to look a little bit different to the rest. So it looks like I've done a little bit of shading. No, I haven't really. Now eyes, I'm thinking we'll use the bone brown for the eyes, the beak and the claws. I don't know where my voice has gone. It seems to have just disappeared. There we go. Wondering about using that colour for the background for the flags and the shield as well, but I think, oh, we do need to use, I put that in the wrong place. Oh, sorry. We do need to use the sycamore for the feather because that's the colour of our owl. Oh, I think that needs to be that. Now, our toadstool, I quite like the idea of doing it in a red, but it's going to really stand out. No, I think we'll use the sycamore as well because these two match, so I think these two need to be the same colour. So let's use the sycamore for the main toadstool. I'm going to have to sharpen it a bit. For the top bit. And then we'll use the mourning dove for the base bit. This is the sort of blue-grey colour, which I think will work for the base and the dots and things. Now the background for the flag and the shield, and what colour are we going to do the... Yeah, I'm going to grab the topaz and do the shield background with that. I think actually what I'm going to do is stop now. I'm going to use this topaz for the background of the shield, the ribbon and the flags, and I need to do that side, so I'm going to stop now and do all the rest of the pencil colouring. So the topaz for here, here and here, and then repeat those colours on that side, and then I'll come back and do the pen with you. Okay. Right, I have finished that. I did notice a few places where I missed a bit. I think inside there and a bit down here at the bottom I'd missed, but you probably noticed when I was doing it. But we are done, so we are going to now use our Stardust glitter pens to fill in the gaps. So I'm going to start with the yellow. I'll tell you the number in case you don't have the pack, because you can buy them singly. This is number 703, but you can use any gold or yellow glitter pen really for this. And I'm going around the edge like so, just in the bits that are left white, and we'll just do all of it. I had a lot of fun finishing that page. It was quite straightforward, and it's the most fun I've had colouring this page, because as I said to you, I always find it a little bit difficult knowing exactly what to do. So just knowing what to do and just going for it, that was rather good. Now I did say to you, I think that sometimes the casts on metallic pens aren't very consistent on colour and you get a sort of bit of a greyish bit in them. I'm beginning to find that with these as well. With the topaz did that, and one of the others, so it's obviously not something that's just castle, that these do it too. So I thought I would, in fairness, point that out to you. There we we go. So that's our yellow pen. The next one is the orange, and it is number 705. Yeah, as I say, you can buy these singly on, well, I see them on Amazon. I'm sure they're available in other places too. And of course, as a pack. I don't know how it works out value for money wise, whether it's always worth buying a pack. It probably depends, you know, if you only use one colour all the time, then it's probably certainly not worth buying a whole pack. And you might find that you run out certain ones. I would probably hazard a guess that the gold and silver are going to run out more than any of the others. But maybe not. It depends what sort of art you do and when and where you use your pens. These seem to have lasted quite a long time, but I don't really want to say that out loud. I have now, stupidly, because I don't want them to run out on me during this video. I tend not to use the glitter ones quite so much as the metallic ones. It's because glitter can be a bit messy and it can transfer to the opposite page. You know, it doesn't, when it dries, some of it stays a bit loose. So that can be a bit annoying. But and sometimes I just I'm not wanting a glitter for what I'm doing. I just want a shine. You know, it just depends. Okay, there's our orange done. Then we have our red. This is number 719. Oh, losing the shoulder of my jumper. Wow, now that is a very different red to the pencil. But I do find that with all metallic pencils, the reds are always a bit dull and a bit pinkish. I think you just can't do them. I even got a Derwent red to try, because Derwent does a set of very expensive metallic pencils, and there aren't many in the set either, and even their red was quite a dull red, which was interesting. And I'm just guessing it's something to do with the manufacturing process. But if I get to go to the Derwent Museum one day, that's the sort of question I will ask them. Although I don't know if they'll know the answer. The guide, I mean, the tour guide might just know more about the history rather than the actual pencils. But I saw recently someone had posted in a particular Facebook group, I can't remember which one, which is why I'm not naming it, not because it's a secret, I just can't remember, that they'd been to the Derwent Pencil Museum. Now this is the lighter pink, this is number 720. And it just looks fun. I'm definitely going to go one day. It's just organising it really. It's a lot of driving with the husband, but he wants to go too, so it's not like he would find it totally unpleasant. But yeah, it's a long way to go. But we'll see. We'll see. The thing is, you can't go by train or bus because it doesn't stop in the village where the museum is. It's quite a distance away, I think. So it's a sort of drive or nothing really. Which can be a shame because we're trying to be more, I don't know how well you can see what I'm doing when I'm so zoomed out, but anyway, we're trying to be more environmentally friendly, being encouraged to use public transport more, and yet, I dropped my pen. This looks like it's red. This is 721, but that's definitely red. So, yeah, this is purpley pink. But yeah, it's not always possible to use public transport when there isn't any. But we do, you know. My husband, for example, has never worked in a company which is on a direct train line or bus route. We'd always have to get a train then a bus. And there just isn't always time to do that in the day. But I've actually never had to drive to work because when I was working I didn't have access to a car. So I used to live in a town where there were lots of businesses, which I don't now, so that was very useful. So I used to walk. And then when I moved down south a bit, I used to get the train to work, so that was nice and easy. And it was like 5 minutes walk at each end, and it was brilliant. I live really near the station, so that was helpful. A coincidence, but helpful. And then when I moved back here, I got the bus sometimes. Right, our dark violet-y colour coming up, which is number 724. But actually, I did used to live quite far away from the town centre when I lived with my sister, and she could drive, and she would drive us both into town, and then we'd both walk on to work in different directions. So I suppose at that point in time, had I continued to live with my parents, they lived very close to where I worked. I used to walk to their house every Friday evening. We'd go and have tea with them, which was nice. And often see them at the weekend too. I think I'd see them on a Sunday. Can't remember now. But yeah, I've always managed, but I don't know about my boys. It depends on what you want to do, really. Right, now we have our darkest blue, which is number 738. I'm trying to check where this is. This is this one here. This is going to be quite a long video for you guys to watch. Oh well. I had thought about putting it into 2 bits. Is that curled over bit? Should it be pen or pencil? I can do it in pen. I'm not sure. There's none in the middle, so it's just this bit. So I wonder how many of you are colouring along. We've got these glitter pens. What do you think of them? I really like this brand of glitter pen, the Sakura. For me, I've used a few types, and these are the best so far. So that's they are expensive, but for me they're good value for money. I like them the best. That's a different colour, that bit, even though it looks quite similar, so we need to move over here. Now you notice I'm going from top to bottom. That is not just because I'm going through the colour, it's because I don't want to put my hand in the wet pen and smudge it. These Sakura branded pens are very wet, and it's very easy to smudge the ink if you're not careful. So let that be a warning to you. I think all gel pens are similar in that they're easy to smudge, but these seem particularly bad. So I've heard, and so I've noticed. As I say, I haven't tested. I've had the Unisigno glitter pens, the Pentel, and the Castles, and these are the most wet, but they don't seem to go through the page as far as I can tell. In most books, obviously if you've got very thin paper you would expect things to go through, but always test them first in the back of the book or wherever you might be able to test it so that you can check. Or if you're just prepared, some people are prepared to forgo the page on the back. Right, that's that one. Our next glue is number 736, and that is this little bit here. That's such a nice colour. Now if you wanted you could go all the way around the edge of all of the bits of leaf, but I've just decided to stick to the bits that I left white, like these edge bits. As I said, you could go all the way around the edge, it might make more sense, but it's a bit late for me now. I'd have quite the smudgy mess if I did that. Okay, our next blue colour is number 725. We're doing this one. It's actually a bluey green colour, but that works with this colour that we picked anyway, so that's lucky. This one seems a bit drier. I think these might be beginning to run out maybe a little bit. Probably getting a little bit old. I've had them for over a year. So it's actually surprising that I've got any left. But I did have my Castle gel pens as well, which I was sort of trying to use up rather than using these, because I thought I should use up the old ones first, really. Partly because they're older and that's the way you do things, but partly because they might have dried up otherwise. So getting there. Now I had thought, should I show you it like this and then do a black background and show you the contrast and which is best, but it's impractical because now it's covered in glitter. If I try and do a black background I'll have to lean my hand all over the glitter. Those two are around the wrong way. This is the bluey green, which is the 729. It's our very last one down here at the bottom. Now I had thought about maybe using a bit of the green or the silver on the owl or the shield, or you know, those bits up there. However, it's a bit late to do that. Now I've got this glitter all over the page, so I can't really do it. But I don't really think there are any places that necessarily need it. You could put some around the edge of the owl, you could put some around the edge of the shield or the flags or whatever, but it doesn't, for me looking at it, there doesn't seem to be a natural place for it that wouldn't necessarily make sense. So I'm not regretting that I didn't do that. I think had I thought that it would have made sense, I would have done it. We are almost there. I'm rather liking this rainbow idea, I have to say. That was my idea, not giving husband credit for that one. The metallic pencil and pen idea, yeah, I think it's been an interesting idea. I will be interested to show him later, he's at work, to see what he thinks, whether I did it as he had expected and whether it came out as he had expected. I missed that bit. Look. We'll do this bottom one and then we'll do the one above. Gosh, I'm getting desperately thirsty. Should go and make a coffee in just a minute. I'm just going to go back to the 725 to do this last bit here, which I'd missed. And then I think we'll be done. Is that the right colour? Yeah, I think so. Now I need to have a little quick look and make sure I haven't missed any more, which I can't do while I'm colouring this, or else it could be a complete disaster. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's done. There you go. There's the completed page. Let's put it into shot a little bit better. There we are. So yeah, I rather like the rainbow, I have to say. Yeah, it's rather fun. Right, thank you so much for watching. It did take quite a long time. Thank you for your patience, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.